Yeah, let's get started. Hello guys. And welcome guys. Now you can see the market is about to open in next 2 hours, and we're gonna deal with something. Welcome guys. Everything is good, right? Actually, it's not. Just joking. We're in a terrible situation right now. As the title said, we're on the brink of crash actually, because everything is going to go badly. So cold, man. When you think about this, all this particular company, just randomly bump into Circle. But the point is, the point I want to make is, you don't really try to analyze this company in this fundamental way, because it just doesn't work. Okay, in general, it doesn't work. So even though I published the video before, said Circle might going up eventually, but certainly as current macro environments, it's just not very good. Okay, we're going to see Circle pick up after this bear market. Okay, in bear market, you can just lost huge amount of money just by buying at the same time, at the bad time. You see, this is very bad. They have been going down from 250 all the way to 50, 56, 57. This is very bad. This is very bad. And on the other hand, we have to just analyzing, and this is a classic example for analyzing a company at its individual level. Is not going to be very helpful, because macro environment going badly, stock price just go down. As simple as that. Okay, you don't just buy a company because it's a good company. You buy a company because it's a good company and you get a very good price. That's always something to remember, because the price is going to be something pay. You have to care about the value. Okay, that's the point. So always care about the intrinsic value about stock price, about stock. Then you can make a reasonable decision about that. Another thing I want to point out is that let's go to Nasdaq and what else? Yeah, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin is going to continue going down. Okay, that's the conclusion, because they're facing support at this level. I just point out that when Bitcoin reaching 6,000, 60,000, they're they're very bad because there's a very strong support head here. That's why they have this. That's why they have this problem. They have the rebound. Also, they're going down quite aggressively. They have been going down in one setting 35%. Okay, totally. If you just measure from its peak all the way down here, it's actually going down more than 50%. More than 50%. In just how long? In 2 years? In 2 months? 2 or 3 months? Okay. Oh no, it's more than that. It's 3 months. 11 December, November, December, and January, and 4 months. Oh man, it is indeed 4 months. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 months. 4 months period of time. They're going down 50%. In this one setting, they're probably going down to 30 something. Okay. But the situation is so complicated right now. We're not so sure about that. But we're closely monitoring. Bitcoin right now. Sometimes if another country is subsidizing output of something, then you have to countervailing tariff to protect your domestic industry against subsidized by another country. What else you would change? You have to do that, right? You have to make point. You have to make sure that it works. Then the government can actually do one thing is wondering the for policy that goes creating the United States versus China. It seems like the export ban have actually quite impactful, and China is on the leading edge of turbo engine. Because it requires a lot of stuff, right? That's the only few areas that it's not. China is a manufacturing powerhouse, next level, very impressive. If you take a refine ore, refining of ore, China does roughly twice as much as refining average the rest of the world combined. There's some areas like refining gallium, which is good in the solar cell. I think there are 98% of gallium refining. China is actually very advanced in manufacturing most areas. It seems like there is discomfort with supply chain dependence. Yeah, there's nothing really happening on it. Supply chain dependence, yeah. Gallium refining is saying it's all rare stuff, rare for sure. You know, they're not rare. It's just we actually do rare earning money in the United States, sending rocks and putting down rain. Let's get into Bitcoin. Just continue with Bitcoin. You have numerous knowledge in terms of it requires They're accounting for 98% of our funding, which is quite a big percentage, right? It's very important for you to understand that. And the cooling system is also very important. As you know, all these things about the future is the way to go. You need turbine fiber, right? And all this manufacturing powerhouse is very important. We eventually got rare earth in United States, but on the train, then put it in the boat to China, and then go to another train that goes to rare earth refiners China, then put it into magnet, put it into another motor sub assembly, then send it back to America, So the thing is, we're missing a lot of this ore refining in America. This is very important, and China dominates that. We kind of need optimum, because English is free language. Okay, we speak English, because you don't cause that much of impact in Chinese world, so they can just. It's multiplicative, recursive, and exponential. It's supernova, multiplicative. Oftentimes our production pollution. I mean, this is concerning. If you think of human resource of the future right now, if skilled labor or manufacturing is determining who can build more humanoid, China has more of those. It's manufacturing more humanoids, and therefore it gets optimum future first. We see maybe it keeps that exponential going. It seems like your support, you sort of pointed out that getting into the million optimi require manufacturer that. Well, English, I love English is about you get a free mind and you get free, just in general more freedom. You can say what you want. Especially you're in China, you can say But one thing we're discussing in a lot of system and managing people, we talk about the SpaceX employees and a lot of other companies. It's obviously not scale. No, it obviously doesn't scale, but what we're looking for is literally not enough hours, and it's impossible. We think about things in terms of energy, space, time, and information. That's basically the dimension you want to put yourself into, and you're looking for is multiplicative, recursive, exponential. But what you're looking for is someone else who's good at interviewing, hiring people at the job. At this point, I might be training data on evaluating technical talents, especially talent of all kinds. But technically, talent especially, given that I've done so many technical interviews and seen the result. So my training is set up is enormous, very wide range. Generally, the things you ask for a bullet point for evidence of exceptional ability. The things that are pretty off the wall. These things can be pretty off the wall. It doesn't need to be a specific domain, but evidence of exceptional ability. So if someone can cite even one thing, let's say 3 things, there you go. Wow, that's a good sign. Why do you have to be one to determine that? No, it can't be. It's impossible because the total headcount across the company is 20,000 people. But in the early days, what is looking for is that couldn't be delegated to those interviews. I guess I need to build my own training site. It's not like a bad thousands here. I would make a mistake about them. I would be able to see where I go through, where I thought someone would work out well, and but they didn't. Then why did they not working out well, and what can I do? And reinforce learning myself into the future, like better betting average when interviewing people. What's some surprising reason people don't work out? Surprising reasons like I don't understand, and technical domain, etc. But you got a long tail now. Like he's really excited about this person. It didn't work out. Curious why that happens. Don't know what happens to people. I guess aspirational. Don't look at the resume. Just believe your interaction. The resume seem very impressive. Like wow, the resume look good. But if the conversation after 20 minutes, you should believe this conversation, not the paper. I feel like the part of the message is that this main media knew a few years back about Tesla's being revolving door of executive talent. Whereas actually I think that we look at Tesla's had a very consistent internal promote executive bench over the past few years. Then SpaceX, you have all these folks like Mark Juneso and Steve Davis running the boring company these days, and Bill Riley, folks like that. It feels like a part of that what has worked well is having a very capable technical deputy. What do all of these people have in common? The senior team at this point has probably got average tenure of 10 to 12 years. It's quite long. And there were times that Tesla went through extremely rapid growth phase. So things are just somewhat speed up. You know, a company just go through different order of magnitude size. People that could help manage, say, 50-person company versus 500-person company versus a 5,000-person company. That's just very different. Okay, let's just stop here.